boys and girls, and mums and dads. Welcome to the latest episode of Child Can's Storytime. My name is Sean Lewis. I am the City Councillor for Ward 2 in London, and today I am going to be reading to you one of my favorite books from when I was a young guy. In fact, it's still one of my favorite books of all time. It's called Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. And you see the gold foil on here. That's because this is a 50th anniversary edition of this book when it won the Caldecott Medal for Best Picture Book of the Year. So, we'll just open it up here. And when you first open it up, you get a sense of what's to come because it's just full of wild, colored, thick, foresty leaves. So here we go, Where the Wild Things Are, with picture and story by Maurice Sendak. And I really love the pictures in this book. I think that he did just as good a job with the drawings as he did with the story. So here we go. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind or another. And we've got Max hammering a nail into the wall. And then we see he's chasing his poor dog down the stairs with a big fork in his hand, scaring the dog. His mother called him Wild Thing. And Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. Now we see his bed's not even there anymore. It's just trees and bushes, the moon out the window. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. If you look carefully, even the boat has the name Max on it. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. And Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened, and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the rumpus start. And they just start howling and clawing at the moon. Max is getting into it there too, jumping up and down, climbing and swinging through the trees, doing all kinds of mischievous things. Max even rides on one of them. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. You see Max sitting by himself in the tent. All the other wild things are sleeping. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up, we love you so." And Max said, no. The wild things roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye, and sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day, and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And there's his dinner on the table, right under his window, that his mom had brought in for him. And it was still hot. And that's the end of Where the Wild Things Are. I hope you enjoyed the story as much as I do every time I read it. And wishing you all the best and all the love